Well, good afternoon. Another episode of Dave Not and Callie. Look who we got with us today. We got Lisa. How you doing,
Hi
Lisa?
guys. I'm
Yeah,
good. I'm good. How are y'all?
good. And of course, John from Brazil. I don't know if anything been happening down in Brazil as of late that we need to know about.
Well, everything's being kept up and under wraps right now. There's been some demonstrations and a little bit of rioting going on what's going on because of, the turmoil, with the government, and they're trying to put Bolsonaro in jail. So they're not going to let him run for president because that's coming up. And when we have our midterms, they have their national election. So it's
Yeah.
getting the population here is pretty much, they're sick and tired of the communist rule. In other words, people are not getting any worse. Like the little small village I'm living in, the rents have gone sky high because of, actually what's happening is because of this deportation. It's unbelievable. My rent has been risen by $200 a month.
Wow.
That's a
That's
huge
right.
increase.
And $200
And I am
down in Brazil is like
It's a lot.
$1,000 here.
And I am
Yeah.
lucky because we've been living here for 5 years. Five. This will be we're in our fifth year. We've had 4 years with these people that own the place that we're living in, and they happen to like us because they've not had any problems. That's the
Right.
only reason why. But other people,
You stopped having those
people,
big parties.
no, you got to keep in mind, we don't have any hot water here. We don't have, we don't have any garden or grass. I mean, we live in basically a barrio type that is, it's clean. Okay. It's clean, but the outside walls have got mold on it, just like everything else does around here. So in other words, if you would think about it under American terms, and you look at the place we're living in, you'd say, oh, I'll charge you maybe $250 a month rent. That's what somebody would think about in America.
Yeah.
Here,
Not in
you're looking
Houston.
Well, yeah.
literally.
They still
it's
charge
not.
whatever you're paying plus some.
No,
Anyway,
but
sorry.
what is happening too with the people are coming back from America. The ones that have money, they don't sell. A lot of
Yep.
these people have money, especially the ones that came from Brazil. A lot of them did not go there. They went there because they didn't have to pay for a lot of things. They got in there free. But these people had jobs waiting for them, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this different type. They didn't go through the border. They got on airplanes. They took the 2-year visa that they had, which was still good. They took the visas that they had. They went over their visa. Basically, they went there under the premise of sneaking in there for free, but showing up is nothing more than they didn't. They're beyond their limitations for that, and they come back. They have been bringing back by the thousands. They've been flying. This has been going on for months already.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're self-deporting. You're not finding Brazilians having problems at all.
Yeah.
And they're getting $1,000 cash to do it and a plane ride.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
The CBP app.
They're getting
If they self-deport, we give them $1,000, which in Brazil, that's going to go a long way compared to here.
Well, it goes a long way. But I mean, here I am and still have not been able to get back to America to see the doctors and stuff like that. They won't help my ass out. But yet they'll give millions of people millions of dollars. I mean, just $1,000 here, $1,000 there, airfare all over the place. And the thing that really aggravated me the most is one of the flights they've been using has been Azul Airlines, and that's that big Airbus that has the business class, which serves the mini lobster tails and the filet mignons on it. I'm going, oh, you got to be kidding me! So it's just hey AC, how you doing? But no,
Dave's back.
Yeah,
but
I'm having internet issues. I'm glad you guys stayed on.
No, it's good. It's causing. They're not talking about it here because who's going to listen to everybody arguing in Central and South America about all the problems that we're having with the rentals, and the food is not a problem because that's been going on for forever. But food has been rising up there. Our gasoline still is around $6 a liter.
Jeez.
It's still around. It still is high here. If you want to get something a little bit cheaper, you have to go into Argentina. Milei has been doing very well with the country of Argentina. They've got things pretty much under control. They're still having some few people under unrest, but with the migrants coming back down into Central and South America, there is major problems with food, and especially in Colombia and Venezuela.
Yeah.
And Venezuela, by the way, has let some more American. I think they emptied out all the hostages. I would call them hostages that to the Americans that were there, that they had been holding for whatever period of time, some journalists and whatever. They sent them back because Venezuela does not. They are
Yeah.
one step away of having the Brazilian Army and Navy attack them. Literally,
Yeah.
they have just been pushing their luck.
Rick Grinnell has been working hard on that, and he's doing an amazing job.
Yeah, it's just they're pushing the envelope on that, and it's just they're damaging the rainforest up there. They're digging for gold. They're crossing the borders, and the military is there. When they get the military, they clean a pocket out, and then a whole new pocket shows up elsewhere. And it's become a mess. But still, everything here has been quiet and hushed, literally. Yeah. It's not.
Brazil is I mean, is it still under a lot of censorship? I know that, remember the whole debacle with Elon and all that. So they're still trying to keep everything under wrap there, huh?
Oh yeah, the censorship is still high. Twitter is banned here. We also have Rumble's banned here. Trying to think of a few of the others. And I've had my channels. I've had 3 channels taken away from me in the last 4 years. And out of those 3 channels, 2 of them came at the behest of Brazilian government, not from America. So in other words, it has to do with YouTube, because I had looked through it, a few things that it had, and they've changed a few things around. For argument's sake, with copyrights, if you deal with something that has a copyright, most of it's all music. If you put it up there, if it's a copyrighted thing, and you go to download it, it should automatically just say, "Oh, click," blocks it. Say, "No, you can't. It's copyrighted," which is what's happening nowadays. To me, it shows a block, and what the blocks are is 2 countries, which Brazil is not permit to view anything coming out of Brazil, are Belarus and Russia. Those are the 2 countries.
Interesting.
And I have, if you look at my stats and everything else, I have absolutely 0 followers or viewers from those 2 countries. So it doesn't affect me at all.
Wow.
But still it shows up as, but at least they're not popping me anymore, and I'm able to start to get, but I still have no clue what's going on with my regular videos. It's still, I'm getting 25 and 35 people that are viewing it, and it's just, that shouldn't be that way, because I remember from the others I used to get hundreds, whatever.
It's most likely the algorithm.
But my shorts are up there. I'm averaging anywhere from several hundred to 1,000 on my shorts, and on the memes, I've got one is at 85,000 already. So those 2 have taken off. So I've been doing most of those during the day, but still things are just a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Lisette. Lisette, well, whoever else is out there in the watch list, so to speak, appears that Dave has got himself a little bit of a problem hooking up. So he's with us there.
There he is.
Can you
hear me?
Be back in
We can hear you fine, Dave.
My camera, it said my camera, it lost it, and I'm trying to figure out why. And the only other things.
If you have the stories or whatever, if you can't pull them up, email them to me real quick, and I can pull them up for us.
Yeah, you got to remember, we're old veterans, Dave.
Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great.
Yeah. Hi, everybody out there in the comments. I will be in there as soon as I figure this thing out. All righty. Great job, Don. You guys keep it going.
Yeah. So I think, can you pull up anything right now, Dave, or?
Let me try. Well, this is the one thing I did want to encourage everybody, if it'll load. Let's see. I don't know. I'm running out of memory.
Yeah. If it doesn't, shoot me an email. I can pull it up. I can still pull stuff up on here. I just can't comment. So sorry, I'm not saying hi in the chat, guys. It won't let me.
I think this one surprised me a bit because of all these complaints online going after Trump and the Epstein files. You might think his approval ratings were going down, Republicans. If anything, they're going up. Republicans who approve of Trump, look at our CNN poll. The prior one, 86%. The one out this week, 88% were Republicans. How about Quinnipiac? The prior poll, 87% approve of Republicans. This week out, 90% were Republicans. If anything, Donald Trump's approval rating has gone up since this whole Epstein saga started. He is at the apex or close there too in terms of his popularity with Republican voters. Epstein files, complaints, or not.
You just proved that not everything online is real.
Yes,
in real life.
Who knew?
Amazing.
Twitter and X are not reality.
Is there any reason that you can find that this hasn't taken hold and hurt him?
Yeah. I mean, on X, all you hear about is the Epstein files. But how about out in the real public? Republicans who said the top issue was Epstein case. The answer is one, and not 1%. One responded. This is a great little finding that Ariel Edwards-Levy, who of course is part of our polling unit, found. Just one single Republican.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't surprise
anyway,
me.
I wanted to show that to encourage. A lot of people really got down in the dumps last week with that message that Trump left, and like, what, but
it got, to be honest, it gut punched me too, because I mean, I wasn't, I've never seen that. I was like, what the hell? But, at the same time, I'm encouraged because, Trump was telling us the truth in that. So once I took a deep breath and I stepped back and I said, okay, let me reread what he said. Right. It started to make a little bit more sense to me, because he was literally telling us how many hands have touched that file, that evidence. There's no chain of custody. We don't know who's done what, who's taken what, who's put what in. And that's essentially what he was saying. And, I think what he was saying too is, a couple different things, but John, what was your initial reaction? And then we can go on to what it means more.
I've had a couple of, I've had lunch with several of the times with the guys from the embassies, and they have been right with this, right. They've been right on target with everything else. What the basic public has really been used to is they seem to think that they're going to pick up a piece of paper and it's going to have like 1 to 500 or whatever the amount figure is. It's going to have 500 different names on it. And all these people are pedophiles, male or female, whether they're rock stars or whatever. That's what the public has been kind of like lulled themselves into, that there's a list like this. And there really is not a list. Now, there is a black book.
Yes.
That Gazelle has. But where that is, we don't know. But I guess the FBI has that. And that's hidden in the someplace in the Southern District of New York. Now, if you can consider that a list, we would have the names. But then once again, if you have these names, are they guilty of anything? Because we've got to keep in mind, the only other list we've had or seen has been the flight log.
Right.
And Alan Dershowitz has been the key factor in this all, where people that have not been paying any attention to Alan Dershowitz are missing it all, because he was the attorney. He knows everything. He's already had to fight against somebody, and one of the girls actually said that he was responsible for being one of them, and then she had to retract it when she found out that it was not him. It was somebody that looked like him, an older gentleman. So
and usually when go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, usually when some of these people come out, okay, you have to look at who's behind them, who's pushing them to come out, right? Because in so many cases, like the case of that wackadoo that went after Trump, what was her name? Eugene Carroll. Yes. The really cuckoo lady, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. That was a setup for Trump.
Well,
in some of these cases, I'm not saying that victims should be treated like that, okay? But to be realistic, with Dershowitz, the first thing that everybody did was the same thing that everybody on the left did with Trump. Oh, look. No, everybody has to take a deep breath and look at the truth. And in Dershowitz's case, he said from the get-go, It wasn't me. I was here. He provided alibis. He provided everything. And don't get me wrong, people. I'm not crazy about the man. Okay. But the truth is the truth. And whether I like it or not, it's the truth. And he's proven himself to be true.
And he's also abdicated. He's already gone stuck up for Trump too. He said Trump had nothing to do with it. I mean, we'll see. There's been floating around. I've seen on the internet a few pictures of Trump. Well, I guess in the 90s or whatever, 30, 40 years ago, where there's some young, nice, good looking young women. You're going to pull these kind of photos out no matter what, because Trump was not only that, he's been a celebrity forever. It seems forever. I mean, if you don't see him around good looking women. But getting back to that E. Jean Carroll, the things that really stuck out, that really I've seen the guys already talk about this. Mm-hmm. It's the point of since what he supposedly did. This is a woman, and it starts to go back with Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York. All of a sudden, now the clear blue sky, she decides that she's going to give this survivor's ordeal, whatever, pass a law that's only good for 1 year. It's never been used before. Nobody else used it, just the state of New York. And here it goes. This is supposedly. Now, Carol could not remember what year this happened. Couldn't even be close to what year it is. In other words, I myself could remember certain places I was. Like, in other words, if you asked me on the top of my head, when was I last in Costa Rica or Panama?
Right.
I'd have to sit here and think, okay, maybe 2001, 2002.
Right.
Within 3 or 4 years, I don't have to remember it. But yet
this was traumatic. And this supposed to be traumatic to her, right?
It didn't tell anybody, supposedly.
Yeah.
And yet, just the way it came across is like, really?
Same thing with Kavanaugh. Remember Kavanaugh?
It was blank crazy. But the thing that I knew it was fake is when I found out that Hochul, that this whole thing began because of Kathy Hochul. This is all set up. And other things have been said. Everything else is, like I said, it's just got to come to a head.
Yeah.
But
now, Dave, sorry, really quick. Dave, I can't share it. I could pull it up. Everybody's looking for a list, right? Okay. These are island visitors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, aren't you the list?
Hey, I've had this for years. I've been showing people this forever. But listen, these are very well-known names. So, like, you make of it what you want. To me, this doesn't mean that everybody on this list, for example, was underneath the temple. Okay, that crazy stuff. I don't want to say too much and hurt your channel, Dave, but I'm being careful. But look, Barack Obama's on here. Bernie Sanders is on here. Bill Gates. I highlighted some of these names.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. So if you use common sense, Eminem, who stood for Harris when she was running for office, use, Michelle Obama, Miley Cyrus. Think of just, and this is all allegedly, people. Okay. I have no proof, but there was a lot of stuff on the web. And there are things you can find that you can assume the truth. Now, here's the difference between truth and court of law, right? I can come up with all of this, what I consider evidence, okay? I can't enter any of it into a court of law because I don't know where it's from. I don't know how it was done. I mean, so Trump has always told us we are a nation of laws. And what Trump is doing right now is he's following the law because that is what we want him to do.
Well, and that's the other thing that I've noticed, that when they come up against him, even though it's a lower court and probably by all rights, he can pretty much ignore him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't. He responds to him. He honors it by, if whatever he's doing, he puts a stop to it till the court, decides. To me, that right there it's subtle, but it's a big move because it shows his true character. Because otherwise, I think if it would have been like Obama and something like this, we'd say, well, to hell with them. We're the administration. They can't do that, and just and they'd have to fight tooth and nail to make it stick.
Now,
but of course, you do all the comparisons. You look at all the stuff that Obama got away with, and you'd see that they're questioning the Trump administration for all these things, and then some really good journalists will come back and say, well, where were you when Obama was doing that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you have a fit when Obama did this or that? These are the same exact things. And it's just like as us as creators, we find stuff in the past that Obama and Clinton and various ones have said, and then we throw it back up there just to remind everybody, look, they were saying the same thing years ago.
Yeah.
Deportation and illegal immigrants. It wasn't until the Biden administration where it just the
floodgates opened
up, right, and it just total regard. And then the best move of all, you put a very impotent person as the border czar, and there you go.
Now, just so I can say this really quick, everything and everybody on the screen is innocent until proven guilty. By no means is Dave or us or anybody implying that anybody here has done anything wrong. However, we are all free, and most of us adults, I think, so we can do our own research into these people and find out what some of that is.
I do that on Facebook all the time. I tell people, look into it before you start just sharing crap out there. Because
but each one of these, by the way, I have looked into. So just know that in my opinion, and solely my opinion, I believe everybody on this list has done something. Okay. I mean, just going to the island, people, to me, in my mind, after this man has already been convicted.
Yes and no.
Makes it questionable.
Because
this is after he was convicted in a court.
Okay. Now that's a key point. That's a pivotal point right there.
Between then and
the fact of you going somewhere is that's not quite enough.
That's guilt by association, and you can't do that.
Right.
No, this is after the fact that he was found guilty in a court.
What do you think, Lisette?
Yeah, I mean, like,
if she's still there listening.
I think she is, but yeah, like, here's the thing, let's just say Obama. Look at everything that's coming out. Excuse me, about him right now and the Obamagate. That is the real story.
Well, that is the real story. He's the one that this all began, and the other part too that we've been playing games with, I should say, that has been been with Obama has been his Kenya birth certificate, which I've got photographs of, and there's
who helped with that.
Yeah, and, put it on the screen, John.
I've got the video. I've got to dig out the video. Matter of fact, next week I'll put it up next week.
Okay,
it's a short video. It's a short one. It's got it right there. It's got his father's name on there. It's got his name on there. It's there's and the whole 9 yards about it. I'm not just saying this in hindsight. I do remember when he tried to go for election for president, and when I heard the name, I didn't even know who he was at the time. I heard Barack Obama, and I'm going
Hussein.
I'm thinking of Hussein, and I'm thinking like, how in the hell, after what's happened, are we going to have a guy by the name of Barack Obama running for president of the United States? I mean, I don't give the guy could look like Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio.
You and I are of that same age category because I thought
that's right. I was thinking like, no way in hell can I vote for this guy. I don't care if he's the nicest guy in the world. There's no way. We're not ready. America's not ready for that. Common sense people. This is where the common sense comes in. This is where, we went to school, had to pledge allegiance to the flag,
right.
The whole 9 yards.
Civics class.
Hey, I was reading a bunch of comments over there on Twitter, and there was a lot of support for what Trump was going through and for the moment and so forth. And a bunch of lefties got on there and they were trying to tear the whole situation. And I couldn't believe it, but they were calling us snowflakes.
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute.
We're not the snowflakes.
Emotional. I'm like, really? I think you got your terminology, but several people were doing it. And I'm like,
that's not by mistake, though. That's not by mistake. They are being
coached. People of what the original.
They're being coached to do that. But see, here's the neat thing for us on that. With everything that's coming out, that says you're on Twitter, Dave?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm on X. Excuse me.
X. Yeah.
And guess what the name of it is?
What?
Dave, Not and Callie. Really?
Everybody go follow him. Follow him on X. But I kind of lost my train of thought. But I think
rewind.
Where we're going is that a lot of the stuff that was done to Trump is now being mirrored.
Right.
And that means that, like, now they're saying, well, you can't arrest Obama. He's a ex-sitting president. Well, wait a minute. Who did you just arrest?
It was okay to do it to.
Yeah,
who do we?
They did it to Trump. It's. I think the words are called deja vu.
Yes, or deva vu.
Deva vu. There you go.
Well, and then the other phenomenon with everything that we're talking about is what was illegal on social media to talk about versus today.
Yep.
Key words like we couldn't say an election was stolen,
right?
But but
we're getting proof every day now.
Yeah, and we're getting more and more proof. We couldn't talk about the pandemic being a plandemic.
Right.
We had to use the word
we
jab.
couldn't say that it was from Wuhan, which
we had to use the word jab.
I remember
all these things.
Yep.
You just remember?
Yes, I did. The birth certificate.
Oh, the birth
certificate.
John,
do you know that the birth certificate? Guess who helped with that?
No. Go ahead.
You remember Bruce and Nellie Orr?
Vaguely, the name sounds familiar.
Fusion GPS.
That's right. Fusion.
They helped with Obama's birth certificate.
There you go.
It's all intertwined. It's crazy how incestuous and intertwined these people are. It's disgusting. But
for years they've gotten away with this. And when you stop and think about it, we consider a lot of this to be 8 years ago, rumor, pretty much rumor. Like, in other words, the Obamacare kind of like fumbled and fouled, and a few other things too. And people kind of like got a bad taste in their mouth because we're fighting against Hillary and we're fighting against the Clintons and all sorts of things. But all along, you've seen the Barack Obama, how many people have mysteriously died around them. And look at the Clintons. My God. I think it's anybody that lives within a 10-mile radius of this, I think, has been dead. I mean, it's unbelievable. And someday this is all going to come out. I mean, his health coming out. His health is failing. She's still as obstinate as ever. And she's going to go down fighting.
She's going to go down fighting.
Yeah.
She is. And here's the other thing, though. The minute that this Obamagate thing, it's starting to crack, right? With the DNI coming out, with Gabbard coming out, with some of this stuff in the referrals, I'm expecting a state funeral. What do they always do? Carter. Remember Carter happened during all the, but I can't even remember. So much happens. But anyway, I'm expecting something to divert our attention again.
Yeah.
And I think Clinton bill is going to be that one. Now, I could be wrong. It could be Biden. I mean, they're both at a place in life where you never know. But it's something. Anytime you see one of those happen, look for the news more because we're trying to be diverted.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that. I just have this feeling about Biden. Yeah, Biden.
Oh, Biden.
That because of his age and
Yeah.
his everything
I
else.
don't
I mean,
think-
look at they gave him a pass on the documents he had, and they used the excuse because he was an old, frail,
Yeah.
So I just don't see anybody going after him for anything because it's.
I don't
Well,
think so either, but that doesn't mean that everybody that was involved around him.
Right.
Yeah, they're lawyered up.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
one thing you have to take a look at too with Biden, if you stop and think about it, for those 4 years he was in there, how many times we heard Biden did this and Biden did that when it really wasn't Biden at all.
Exactly.
And if you stop and think about it, when he had that debate with Trump, the one that actually finished his career, we saw the real true Biden, and we all thought, wait a minute, something's not right here. And
Yeah.
it wasn't right. He was clueless. And even Trump would look at it like he said, I have no idea what he's talking about. And he wasn't saying that to be facetious. He was saying that to be perfectly honest. I don't understand what the man's talking about. And it's
now
just the point
makes
everybody
sense why
realized.
Trump pulled back on that.
So in other words, we've all been pretty much right on target. We've been close around target of what's been going on. We've been off a little bit on this, that, and the other, but still just the same. Where we actually were supposed to be pointing the actual finger at, we were right around it all the time. It's been Obama and Clinton all along.
Yep.
It's been them. And like I said, they've had Susan Rice has been she's been running the show from the inside for 4 years.
Yep.
That's right. They've all been running the show from inside. And now with this with the information they've got and the proof that they've got about the auto pen, this is going to actually really hang people. They're going to literally do it. It's over with for them. And
well,
I'm telling you,
there's still a lot more to come, but yeah, the writing is on the wall.
yeah.
What is this, Dave?
Oh, it's something that's going around on X. Let me play it for you and get you.
I've got it too. I've got the video of this too. This is the takedowns. What this basically is here is this is ICE or the police department against the protesters that have been fighting.
Record!
That's not right. Sorry.
So they're giving the cops a hard time.
Wait a minute, Ron.
Sorry, it's not funny, but
Here will kill the sound. Jeez.
thank you.
Woo, God.
I just saw a shoe go flying.
Right.
So
So what are
he's going
you
to take her
saying,
down
John?
hard, yeah. In other words, what these are protesters, and they were actually hitting and fighting the police. This isn't ICE. This is the police, and it's just to the point where the police are now in certain areas. In other words, unless you're in San Francisco, I guess they're not taking any more BS. They're fighting back at it.
I
have a
agree.
short.
Getting
Yeah, I've
brave.
got a
all
short.
of a sudden.
Yeah, it's there's two. They had to take down two women pretty hard because the one woman you didn't see a little. There's a little better one. The one that's over by the side of the bridge. She was over on that edge, and she actually kicked one of the police officers. I guess kicked out his taser or whatever out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're actually seeing a selected part only where he's showing the cops
right.
Doing
Right.
amazing.
Basically, what Breitbart was putting out there, that particular video, which came from Breitbart, that basically is showing that the police are not playing games with these protesters anymore.
Good.
When they tell you to stand back, you don't touch them.
Right.
It's written not in the law. It's written in the law books. You cannot touch a police officer. That is assault. You can't touch him. One finger on his shoulder, you're under arrest. That's all there is to it. And they're trying to show that these guys are no longer taking the garbage anymore. ICE is not playing any games, especially in Florida. They passed DeSantis passed a law. If your car is surrounded by protesters and they refuse to get out of the road, you can run them over and you will not face charges. So if you run over 4 or 5 people and kill them, that's it. In other words,
should be in the road.
Speaking of
be in the road.
Speaking of ice and protests, look at this. This is the new one.
Oh boy.
Let me
I
go
was just there earlier.
Yeah. Well, you know, they sit out front looking for work, you know.
I know. My husband yells when we get out of the truck, ice.
We'll turn it down. We don't need to listen to that so loud.
And they want to boycott because ICE is literally going and picking up people at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't go to Home Depot if they
but somebody really spent some money on that banner right there. That's a made banner from a print shop.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you notice, it's not a very big crowd.
No,
well,
but
it's always done a tight shot, so it looks like a lot of people.
But they can't block. They cannot block.
They can get in trouble. They all can be trespassed because they're on the private property.
That's true.
So it's not like being out on public. So there is no freedom of speech when you're blocking and affecting a business.
That's right. I mean, I guess they could stand out on the sidewalk and be okay.
Right. And that's how they get away with going in the streets and stuff, because it's public property. So you can't, you know, that's not, you probably get them for, you know, disrupting traffic and stuff like that. But sidewalk and street, you can do whatever you want to do. You know,
I'm guessing this is in California, because in Texas, you know, Dave, this would not fly.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I'll go back and look and see.
Yeah, every time we go, my husband's like, I'm telling you, I want you to buy me that jacket. It says ICE on the back.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And I mean, he's almost 7 feet tall. He's like, he gets out of the truck, ICE, and just watch people run.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's all the article says. It's of course it's by Breitbart.
We're horrible. We know it.
Because they called ICE over the illegal immigrants in the parking lot. You know, they've been trying to get rid of them out of the parking lot for years. A lot of places try, and then they just gave up. You know.
Yeah.
They just always come back. You know.
Yeah.
I just think where I'm from, for a while, it was against the law. They could get them for trespassing, but because of California and the way they're really illegal immigrant illegal, they've pretty much don't. If Home Depot calls, they just don't do nothing about it. You know, so what? We got other things to do. So
yeah,
I knew a lot of the sheriffs out there. So.
Yeah, I'm waiting for things to pick up. I mean, it's happening here in Houston. It's just not happening like elsewhere, you know. And I'm not really sure why. But I know it will, because I know Tom Homan is going to actually do what he said, and we're a sanctuary city, and he's going to put more.
Showed up.
Huh?
Nancy Dunks has showed up.
Yes, she did.
Hi, Nancy.
Yeah. She was watching. She always goes and watches Shannon because he's out giving food away on Sundays.
I love it. Yeah. I saw that he's doing that. I love it.
He's been doing it for a while.
Oh yeah, I went down and visited his whole front room. What it must have been. I think it was like a Friday night or something, and he's all geared up for the weekend.
Yeah.
I was seeing him, talking to him, and he goes, "Hey, come here, look at my front room." And I walked in the front room, and he had, you would not believe the amount of food. He's got so many people helping him, so many businesses giving him stuff.
That's great.
Even where he works, he gets all the food out of all the vending machines at the place he works. Because he can't stay there more than a couple of days, and then they get rid of it. So they said, "Oh, you can have all of it." So he goes around and picks it up every week. So,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we don't. I would love to do something like that here.
I think it's fantastic.
I would get attacked here. I mean, it just is different here. But Waco is a good area, and I think that's absolutely beautiful. And God bless him. And Now I come to think about it, we should, if he has a link, does he have a link or anything? I mean,
Well,
like to
he
help
does
support?
his regular channel. He puts it on YouTube. He actually
Yeah.
videos. So
Awesome. Well, I'll get the link and then I'll get it out there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to fill up his front room too soon.
Oh, he went and bought another freezer too, because he's got a bunch of frozen food too, and his freezer is completely full too. So he's got two.
We need to donate a few bucks because that takes electricity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Waco is actually a good area. It's a very nice area. It's outside of some of the chaos, as I would call it. What do you think, Dave? I mean,
well, when
it's not
visiting some of the bigger places like Dallas, Houston,
yeah,
even Fort
Waco
Worth,
seems really nice.
It's because it still has that small town feel to it, although it's growing in leaps and bounds.
Too fast, probably.
When they start putting up buildings, higher than 4 stories, that it's going to start. Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet. So if they're doing that,
this is considered a low-rise city. So you get into Houston and Dallas, and those are all high-rise stuff.
Yeah. But I think that's absolutely wonderful, and I love Shannon is amazing, and I love to see him doing that. That's absolutely amazing. One of these days, I might have to go down there and help him. Help, and we're helping.
I mean, come up, right? You would have to go
up. Yeah, I always say down. It's just normal to say go down there.
If you ever do, let me know, and I'll join you guys.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, so I see him once every 2 weeks or so. I drive in, and because I'm in town, I
join you guys.
Yeah,
I'm getting my truck.
I said I'd love to join you guys.
I know, but it's a little far for you, man.
Yeah, hey, tell me about it.
You can join us like this.
Yeah,
we can all be together like this.
Well, I do have one thing that I haven't said anything because I'm still waiting to find out. I put my application into ICE.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you serious?
I put my application in ICE. Yeah.
So what if they say okay? Then what?
Well, I think what I'm worried about is a physical.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm
75. Way overweight.
You are?
Yeah, I'm way overweight.
I thought he was my age. I'm
75.
You're in your 50s. Oh, well, how old do you think I am? Jeez, I think
my age too.
Lisa, I love you.
No, I thought you both were my age. I'm being dead serious.
No, I've got that. I've got the heart valve that needs to be looked at.
Right.
I've got a heart valve problem, and then I've got something going on with one of my legs too. Besides my nose is. It's one of the reasons why my videos I kind of like stop talking because it blocks up. I'm blocked up on my left side, and it causes my left eye. My left eye is just shutting, and don't have the money, don't have the medical to do it here. So,
but there's a lot of different things you can do with ICE with your background that can help them.
Oh yeah,
besides get out there jumping fences,
Oh yeah. I mean,
they need that.
Being with the DEA and all that, but like I said, if passing, I say, if they just turn a blind eye, hey, well, put me in an office of those, that doesn't bother me. Sit me down, give me a nice comfortable chair and a computer, fine.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea. You know why? Because so many times when they get applications, it's guys that want to go jump the fences, kick in the doors.
Yeah.
They don't get a lot of people that want to do the stuff that they need so that they can do that, like helping with the paperwork and the warrants and understanding, and you have that knowledge of how that law enforcement and
I speak works. 3 languages too. I speak all 3 of the languages from Central and South America.
Well, I'll be praying for you because I think you'd be a good asset.
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be. And here's the ironic part about it, which kind of like shocks me from the days of how much money I made back in the day. They're starting off, I believe, at $125,000 with the $45,000 signing bonus.
Yep.
Geez, maybe I should sign up.
That's what I'm saying.
From what I'm not going to say what I got paid when I was back in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s when I get paid for
probably
it.
about the signing bonus a year. I mean, if you were lucky.
No, not that. No, not even
Not
the
that
signing
much?
bonus. No.
What,
That would have been
28,
a
30?
dream.
Yeah, probably 28.
I
30,
think I maxed out at 34,000.
Yeah.
Oh, John, Nancy thought you looked about 50.
See,
Doing
I told
good,
you.
buddy.
I told you. I thought
I
you were
love
like
you too,
me.
Nancy.
Yeah, she knows how to butter you up, huh?
Well, hey, look, I'm an easy touch. Let me tell you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Everywhere. No, it's just I've
I think that's great.
I started this out 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with most of the other people. Dave was the same time. I think Dave started out too. I thought to myself too, look, I'm not monetized. And this basically what hurt me just a little bit was about 2 years ago when I had to get internet. In other words, I had to pay for that.
Yeah.
And that was the only expense that I have. But, you know, it's the point of, I've been out there. There are people that watch me, people that say, you know, some people say they live and breathe by what I say, which, you know, I say, you know, I appreciate it, but, you know, you need to broaden
do your own research too. Yeah.
Yeah. But the point behind it is, you know, I try to bring a lot of things out there. And I feel that I'm making, if I can convince or help one or two people, that's all.
Amen.
1 or 2 people. And I know there's a lot more than that. Then I'm doing my job for my country. I mean, I've always been for my country.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's certain things that I wish I had. I wish I had a flag to at least put up on the wall behind me, but I don't. And I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, things are getting closer.
I got 2.
Yeah. It's just that I'm just hoping, like I said, I'm hoping that I'm not going to ask for a whatchamacallit, for
a physical.
medical physical. Yeah.
Well, I think it depends on what you apply for, right? So as long as you don't apply to kicking doors, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're not running out there arresting people and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've always been. My wife says too that I'm stubborn. I'm a pain in the ass, and by all logistics, I should be in a wheelchair. I can walk maybe 35 to 40 feet, and then I have to stop. Most of the time, I can stand as long as I'm leaning up against something. I'm fine. But you know, I still drive the car and stuff like that, but it's still a little uncomfortable. But it's the point of, you know, the breathing part really hinders me, and
there's a lot of telejobs. I mean,
you can do. Yeah,
absolutely.
Processing data and information and so forth.
Yeah. Are you a vet? I can't remember.
Air Force, 70, 71.
Okay. Well, I might put my mom and you in touch because she might be able to help you with some of that.
Yeah,
she used to work for the VA, and that's what she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the VA is. But
she was one of 7 in the nation that Trump appointed, so she's not the normal. Just
Oh, wow.
She did the rehabilitation, meaning that helping vets like you, John, to get jobs like that could be telework. Yeah, kind of stuff.
So before we get out of here, Lisa,
sorry. Hi guys,
I wanted to touch bases on what you're doing. Are you still producing for AP or APN?
APN. Yeah, I mean, there's some.
I know they dropped the N, right? They dropped the N, and now it's just AP or something. Or
Matt's made a few changes.
I don't think I would go with AP though. If I would get AP to me,
AP, I know, right? But yeah, I'm wanting to continue work on my own stuff. But there's some, you know, I've got my personal life too that I'm trying to get some stuff done. My husband needs surgery. You know, yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be a part of APN to me, as long as wanted. But I'm also going to try to do more of my own stuff as well. Yeah. So we'll just see. I mean, I'll help anybody that I can. You know, when when I can. I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row so that when I do come and do something that it's not like before, where I can commit to it and have the time and not overcommit, because I always want to do so much, but then, you know, we all have our other life back here going, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but things are going good. I'm excited. I think there's a lot of great things happening in our country, and I think the fun part is getting rolling. So
Yeah.
I don't want to miss. I mean, I went through all of that. You know,
Oh,
I'm not
no.
missing the fun
No.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the good part.
Yeah.
We really, for those of us, not just the three of us here, but those watching us and other people too, living every single day, going to bed at night, you know, thinking, not having trouble sleeping, going like, what's going to happen tomorrow? Are they going to arrest Trump? Are they going to do this? Whatever the situation was, we just fought and fought and fought every single day.
Yeah.
And like Lisa says, now it's our turn to wait for tomorrow. Is which judge is going to be arrested? Which person? When's Pelosi going to get hers? I mean, it's just the whole point of like, we're like kids in a candy store.
Yeah. The biggest complaint, and I read all the comments, and I also, you know, other people's stuff. I read their comments too, and one of the biggest complaints is, you know, sure, they're going after all these people, but not one arrest.
Yeah, no arrest. Yeah,
anything happening. You know, there's always talk of what's going to happen and who's guilty of this and who's guilty of that, but then it just fizzled out and turns into nothing.
The arrest comes first, and then comes the trial.
Right. And don't forget, there are listen, I want everybody to keep your ears open for this word, unsealed. So anytime you see anything on the news, somebody being arrested, this going on, that going on, listen for unsealed, because what that means is there was a sealed indictment already.
Oh, okay.
Waiting.
Okay.
So timing is everything.
Yeah.
So that anytime you hear that unsealed, it should perk up your ears and just put a smile on your face, because it means that things have been happening that we may not have known about, and that good things are happening. I mean, we all need to just continue to comfort each other and know that Trump he didn't need this. Okay. He went through all of this. And do you think he's just going to let it go now? No. So let the good times roll.
That's encouraging. All right. Well, we're just about out of time. I mean, it's still a little early, but, you know, I might as well button her up. And I think we've talked about just about everything we can possibly talk about today. So, but that's what this show's all about. We just come on and we talk about the whole week. Yeah.
So, even if that's all, folks.
Yeah. All right. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Nancy. And Lisette.
Peace and love, everybody. Nancy, thank you guys.
Everybody. We'll see you next time. All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Hit that